Spiritual awakening and collective consciousness, a journey from the individual self to the divine we. Introduction, a whisper from the depths. Within every human being lies a voice, gentle, calm, and luminous. Sometimes drowned out by the noise of life, it never truly dies. This voice is the call of awakening, a beckoning from the depths of existence to return to the true self. The moment a person opens their inner eyes and begins to understand the world rather than just see it, awakening begins. Spiritual awakening is a journey that starts with the individual, but leads to the collective, a passage from separation to unity, from fear to love, from slumber to awareness. Part 1, the meaning of awakening, returning to the authentic self. Spiritual awakening is both a simple and profound concept, becoming aware of the truth of existence, freeing oneself from mental illusions, and realizing a deep connection with all of life. Contrary to popular belief, awakening is not an escape from life, it is a full embrace of it. One who awakens sees the world as it truly is, without filters, judgment, or fear. In awakening, we move beyond constructed identities and roles. We are no longer merely gender, job, nationality, or past. We are pure awareness experiencing life through a temporary form. When this awareness awakens, it brings a light of peace, empathy, and presence into the world. Part 2, signs of awakening, when the world begins to change. Spiritual awakening doesn't happen all at once. Like the sunrise, it unfolds gradually. Yet there are signs. 1. Doubt in apparent realities, a sense that what we've been told isn't the whole truth. 2. Increased intuition and heart sensitivity, decisions shift from pure logic to trusting the inner voice. 3. Draw to solitude and silence, silence becomes full, not empty. 4. A sense of timelessness, the past and future fade before the power of the now. 5. A growing sense of responsibility for the world, awakening is personal, but also collective and responsible. Part 3, paths to awakening, silent invitations to the light. Each person's awakening arrives in a unique way, through deep suffering, the beauty of nature, or the stillness of meditation. Key gateways include emotional or existential pain. Pain halts us, and in that pause, we see ourselves anew. Spiritual study and awareness, knowledge becomes a path when joined with the heart. Meditation and conscious breathing, calming the mind and anchoring in the present prepares the ground for awakening. Loving service to others, unconditional love is the highest form of awakening. Part 4, awareness as light, a truth that shines. Awareness is the essence of awakening. In unawareness, we are not one with ourselves. But with awareness, we become the witness, observing thoughts, feelings, and experiences without getting lost in them. This witnessing is echoed in many traditions. In Zen, the beginner's mind. In Islamic mysticism, presence of the heart. In yoga, the inner Purusha, the observing soul. Awareness is knowing, moment by moment, that you exist, and recognizing that what comes and goes is not you. True freedom lies in this realization. Part 5, from individual to collective, what is collective awakening? Spiritual awakening ultimately leads to collective awakening, for each individual is part of a greater whole. Individual awareness is like a single illuminated cell in the body of global consciousness. Each awakened person adds light to the collective field of humanity. Collective consciousness is the sum of vibrations, beliefs, and inner states of all people. When fear, violence, separation, and competition dominate, the world reflects it. But if love, empathy, forgiveness, and awareness rise, the world transforms. Collective awakening marks the end of the old world, a world built on division, exploitation, and control. A new generation of awakened humans is emerging, conscious, calm, connected, and loving. Part 6, obstacles to awakening, shadows to be seen. Every journey has its obstacles. On the path of awakening, they include mental identity and ego. The mind self-clings to control and fears change. Fear of being unseen or rejected. A sleeping society often fears the awakened. Attachment to past pain. Sometimes we grow attached to our wounds. Constant distraction. The external world is full of noise, from social media to endless advertising. But these obstacles are not enemies, they are part of the path. Awakening is not fleeing darkness, but walking through it with light in hand. Part 7, tools for awakening, lights along the way. Though awakening is an inner experience, there are tools to help along the way. 1. Daily meditation, even a few minutes of silence can cleanse the mind. 2. Conscious gratitude, writing or saying 3 things you're thankful for raises your vibration. 3. Reading spiritual texts, the writings of mystics, sages, and awakened teachers ignite inner light. 4. Releasing old mental patterns, self-awareness and therapy can be powerful allies. 5. Living with intention and presence, doing even small acts, like drinking tea or conversing, with full presence is awakening. 6. Spending time with conscious people, awareness is contagious. Light brings more light. Minus. Part 8, Awakening and Responsibility, from awareness to action. Awareness without responsibility is incomplete. Awakening means not turning a blind eye to the world's pain, but seeing it, understanding its roots, and taking loving action to heal it. When someone awakens, they can no longer be indifferent to animal suffering, to hungry children, to environmental destruction, to poverty and inequality. Awakening doesn't mean leaving the world, it means serving it. Not out of obligation, but out of love. As the Buddha said, if you want to light up the world, keep your own candle lit. Minus. Part 9, Awakening in the New Era, Humanity's Great Transformation. We stand at the threshold of great change. A new era of global awakening has begun. Its signs are everywhere. A growing interest in spirituality. The rise of meditation, yoga, and self-awareness. The spread of free knowledge on consciousness, energy, and the mind. The emergence of generations with deeper insight and sensitivity. Though the world still faces challenges, awakening is spreading. Every awakened soul is a light. And just a few lights shining in the darkness can show the way. Minus. Conclusion, returning to the light, you are part of this global journey. Ultimately, spiritual awakening and collective consciousness are two sides of the same truth. You, me, we are all parts of this great body of awareness. When you awaken, a part of the world lights up. When you show kindness, a flame ignites in the heart of humanity. When you listen in stillness, you hear the voice of existence. Learn, yes, but more than that, be. Be a human who is awake, loving and aware, not just for yourself, but for all of existence. Because you are part of this radiant whole. Now is the time to rise. To awaken. And with your presence, illuminate a world that has long awaited your light.